Hello guys, welcome to Turbo Top. Here we are, brand new video, and also brand new game, sort of, for me at the very least. Probably not for you, dear viewer, because this game is already almost 2 years old. But still, very relevant, especially nowadays. Forza Motorsport, a reboot, they call it Forza Motorsport 8. There's been a lot of them. Whenever you get to 8, you're probably sensing that maybe the series is a bit burnt out, which sadly is the case for Forza as a series. It's already more than 20 years old, and so far I bought this game on the discount, 50% discount, back in June. And after I finished my internship, after I finished handling some uni work and arranging my graduation, which is in a month, hopefully, I got into this game and I saw that they remastered, well, they remade, actually, a Fujimi Kaido. A bit of context: as a kid, probably 6-7 years old, I used to play a lot Forza Motorsport 3 and 4. You know that those are like the OGs. Forzas. Also with Forza Horizon 1 on the Xbox 360. And one of the most popular tracks back then was Fujimi Kaido. This Japanese mountain road with winding turns, plenty of hairpins, and some kinks that left you speechless. I remember having a lot of fun driving on them and I was amazed with the environments back then. And that's what got me into this video. Should you actually meet your childhood heroes? And this track, the answer it yields to me, or to anyone who tried the old school track back in FM3 and FM4, is that you should. This is a pretty faithful recreation with a few modifications here and there, but they were able to embellish this track and add many cool features here and there. I don't remember the waterfall, for example. Probably my memory playing against me. But still, it's a resounding yes, you should meet your childhood hero. Although there is a caveat. And I'm not talking about the context surrounding Forza Motorsport as a whole. I know that a month ago there were layoffs at Microsoft, and there was a very strong rumor that the game was dead, that it was no longer going to receive any updates. That has been denied by Microsoft last week, I believe. But I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about the track. The protagonist of this video is the track and the idea of reuniting with something that throughout your childhood left a significant impact on you, on what you believe, on what you want, on what you expect from a video game. And that's Fujimi Kaido for me, and I know for many others. Glancing on the track, it's a very, very good recreation once again. The mountains, the people, the crowds, the structures, how they connected it to the this other original circuit. That was pretty creative, and it's an amazing track. Now, the caveats are AI sucks here, as you'll see. I mean, I'm not the best driver, and Forza's handling model definitely is a very noticeable change compared to iRacing or more hardcore scenes. But the AI here is not good at all. Also, whenever they used it in multiplayer races, they used it at night with a Formula Mazda, which doesn't make any sense at all. These cars don't have headlights. That meme of Lightning McQueen saying the track is lit, yeah, that doesn't apply here, really. And there are some graphical bugs here and there. Maybe you'll catch some of them throughout this footage. So yeah, the track is nowhere near perfect. That's something that should be acknowledged. But the question is, how much of that positive point of view towards this circuit is based on nostalgia, and how much is based actually on what it can offer. There's a lot of nostalgia. The vintage tour, where you drive the cover cars of the past games throughout this circuit, definitely helps portraying this track on a very positive light. But once again, the track leaves you amazed whenever you drive on it. It's definitely a challenging circuit. It's nothing that you should be facing as a beginner. As a rookie, you're going to struggle a lot in this track. There are many corners that should be taken in second or first gear. There's this long straight through the top of the mountain before a very technical section. Well, most of the track is technical, but after some tight turns, there are more open curves where you can overtake and fight for positions. There's definitely a lot of dynamic aspect in this track, and it took me back to my childhood. This video, I wanted it to be showcase of something very positive of this game. I'm going to make a review. I'll take my shot at it. I'm not a game reviewer, much less a proper YouTuber, but just this track with a Ferrari F430 Scuderia, check out that video if you haven't, Honda NSX, or any car with a decent amount of horsepower and preferably a lightweight body. This track with any of those cars is just an experience that every sim racer, and probably even every gamer, should go through at the very least once whenever they try this game. It's Forza Motorsport at its best. Just a meetup, driving with other people up and down the mountain. It's an experience that truly makes you remember why you do this, why you're going to an online race, independently of the game, and maybe risk a crash, risk having your mood ruined, because at the end of the day, it's a track that allows you to get into the flow of things. That concept is something I've talked about in past videos, flow, and that's something that you can really find here. And as long as this childhood hero that you're going to meet again is able to provide those feelings in a sort of cohesive way and not too distant from what you experienced in the past, I think you should just go and have fun with it. I know comparing a track to a hero is a bit full of irony and probably not as clear, but it's something you have to experience, really. And there's not much else to say. Go ahead, take your favorite car, maybe an A86, and do your best Takumi impression in this long and winding Japanese road. And I'm looking forward to your perspective in the comments. I know this game is not perfect. There are plenty of flaws that we're going to talk about in more videos on the road. But yeah, this is a track that's worth every penny and every minute of your time. And it reminds me of why it's good to meet again with those places and people that once gave you plenty of happiness in a past moment of your life. Yeah, this got way too deep. But still, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the driving in the background. It took me a long time gathering this footage. Hopefully next videos won't take as long producing. Stay tuned for more sim racing content. iRacing is coming back in a few weeks. And see you soon. Bye bye.